Race number 5, and there's a number of first starters in this race. They debut over the 1,000 in Class 4. Mighty Valour's on the class drop, minus the visor. Happy Tango's having his third start in 3 weeks, and he's a last start all-weather winner. He carries an extra £3 for it. First starters 4, 5, 6 and 7 have all had 4 trials prior to their debut. Oversubscribed, same weight and draw as the second behind Savvy Delight last time. Vamos stays at the 1,000 after placing at his first ride at previously. Febo's back in trip from the 1,200 to the 1,000, and Multimore was late scratched on the 23rd of February. He was lame in the left 4 arriving at the gates. Tom, but he's had 2 starts for Benno for a win and a 4th.
He's come up with barrier 1. Cowlooney Star comes to Happy Valley for his second start. Multimore should be behind him. Of the newcomers, Paul, they've all got sort of some level of speed here. Happy Soul, Noble One, Shining Fortune and Winning Icy. Yeah,
so it's very variable, isn't it, with all these first starters in the race. I just thought California Star did lead over 1,200 last time he's here, and he has got the speed for over 1,000 from his wide draw. I think he's got no choice but to go forward. It looks really tough for Mighty Valour from this draw.
He might get cleaned up by the 117 bus down Wong Nai Chung Road. Noble One has looked good at his trials. Zach Purton takes the ride for Francis Lloyd. They've had a great association this season, and Nick garnered Zach for his thoughts on this on debut runner.
Zach, Noble One looks a very interesting horse for you this Wednesday night. What more can you tell us about him?
Yeah, well, he's got some speed. He's a little bit angry in the gates. He can throw himself around. He's done a little bit wrong in there. So getting the start right is going to be important for him. But if he does get it right, he's got plenty of natural speed and he can travel quite strongly on a strong speed. He's just a little bit weak at the end of his trials at the moment. But obviously as he progresses through his career, he'll get a little bit stronger. But that's our one concern at the moment.
Just an overview on those trials, Zach. Obviously, he's had the 4 of them. You've ridden him in all 4. He's won a couple. He looks to travel throughout his trials quite nicely. Is it just about developing that latter part, as you say, just to get him to finish off stronger?
Yeah, I think his barrier manners sort of give us an indication of what he's like. He's a very tense, tight horse, and as you picked up in his trials, he travels very strong. He wants to really get on with it. He won't relax properly. He runs through the bridle a bit too much, and then when he comes off the bridle, he doesn't have a lot there. So once again, as his temperament changes and he can learn to accept racing here and accept the place a little bit better, hopefully he relaxes, and then that last part of his performance will come.
Is that a trait that you've noticed through the deep fields? Obviously, they seem to be the boom horses that everybody wants at the moment. You've ridden the likes of My Sugar and Voyage Bubble. Are they of a similar ilk, these deep field horses?
They're all strong gallopers. They like to get out and get on with it and get going, and I suppose that's why they're so successful here in Hong Kong, where our races or our racing style is very much speed orientated. So they're a good fit for our product here, and hopefully he can continue that trend.
Just as an introduction, Zach, he comes to the Valley against perhaps going to Sha Tin down the straight. Would that be here nor there for your concern, or do you think perhaps introducing him at the Valley is the better option?
Yeah, well, he's never been there, so obviously that is a concern. And being the highly strung horse that he is, he's going to have to be aware of the corners and what's going on instead of just trying to run through the bit. So there's that reservation there, but he wasn't strong enough to run 1,000 metres up the straight. He would have gone for half a mile. He would have done too much work and he would have fallen in a hole. So getting to the Valley and getting him around a corner, hopefully it gets him off the bit. Hopefully the speed suits him. He can relax just that little bit, and then he can be a little bit more competitive.
Sounds like Super Axiom. Gets to the half mile and that's enough. He's racing too on Wednesday night. We move on, Tom, to a horse that's no stranger to a race course lately. Happy Tango, but he's been really good his last few.
He's been here, there and everywhere. Sha Tin, Happy Valley on the all-weather last week on a faster track, and he was able to keep on a good gallop here, Paul. He fought on gamely to beat Jazz Angel, but I haven't got him in here.
No, I'm with you. I haven't got him in either. He just had a lot of racing recently. Was nice enough for a win here, but now he's up in the ratings and has to carry 128.
All his wins so far have been at 1,200 metres as well. Has had 2 goes course and distance for 1 minor prize. Oversubscribed to Paul. He's going without winning races. He comes off this rain-affected track, but he did run 4th on top of the ground 2 starts ago.
Yeah, so look, he's not too far away. I thought he had his opportunity here. I like the run of Vamos as well. Thought he got back and he hit the line strongly enough. So, look, he's slowly getting there, Vamos. I don't know if it was totally the track that really suited him, but look, he goes in for me, Vamos.
Yeah, I put an oversubscribed again. He's getting closer to a win. He was beaten there by Savvy Delight. He's come up with a good gate again. I just wonder how a few of these runners will fare coming off what was quite a testing track there at Happy Valley that night.
Yeah, it sure was. It was plenty of rain right throughout the evening. And here's Fairbow. Tommy finishes behind Like That, who's franked the form, but Fairbow is Fairbow.
Yeah, always there or thereabouts at the end, but hasn't quite been able to get his nose in front again after that early win in his career. He was on speed and he was quite keen in the early stages, Paul, but he still stayed on. No match for Like That.
Yeah, Like That's come out and run well again since, hasn't he? But look, he goes in for me, Fairbow. He's consistent enough to go in, but not on the winning line.
One of the other first starters, Paul, Winning Icy, had his first 3 trials up at Chung Fa. This was over the 800 on the turf at Sha Tin.
Yeah, so it wasn't a bad trial from Winning Icy. He's won a couple of his trials. This, again, as you say, over 800 metres. He comes here. He's by Hitchinbrook, so I just wonder if a bit further would be the go for him.
He had 3 trials in Australia with Bjorn Baker prior to arriving. Did win one and place in the other, and there's been plenty of winners come out of the family that the mare has produced. So I'm going to throw him in off his trial. I think he's been okay.
It is Luke Ferraris riding for Casper Founds. All right, Paul, debut win for Noble One.
Yeah, I've got him on top, Noble One. Look, he trialled in New Zealand before he got here, and one of the trials, he did beat a subsequent Group 2 winner, and the third horse in that trial has come out and been placed in a listed race. So he won that trial by 4.5 lengths. He's come up here. He's all about speed at the moment, but I think, as Zach said, it's great that they're coming here to Happy Valley for the first time. The hood will go on him, so I think he can win on debut here, £11.24 after those 4 trials. So the 5 on top to beat the 11 Fairbow, he's very consistent. The 9 Vamos is an improver, and then the 3 Kowloon East Star. He's just, if he gets to the front, he's a very hit or miss horse, but if he gets to the front, we know he's got the ability. 5, 11, 9 and 3.
Yeah, I think Noble One's good enough to win on debut. Hopefully he gets a good spin around Happy Valley for the first time. The trial that he ran third in, Sake Win was the winner of that trial, so that's been franked there. Noble One ahead of Fairbow, oversubscribed, and I'll throw in one of the other newcomers, Winning Icy. I think his trials have been okay. 5, 11, 8 and 7.
That is the 5th, the preview for the first leg of Wednesday night's Triple Trio.